Okay guys, so welcome back. Let's get on to answering some questions here. So next to me we have an example of a bank statement, and we're going to be answering some questions on that bank statement. So Ngola receives the following statement from her bank, detailing her transactions from the 25th of the 1st, 2013 to the 20th of the 2nd, 2013. Study the statement and answer the questions that follow. There we can see the statement, and we can see, for example, that on the 25th of the 1st, on 2013, her salary was paid in, that was 8,000 Rand, and she had a bank balance of 8,050 Rand and 50 cents in her account at that point. And we go down, you see she pays car insurance, there was an electronic transfer to Mr. Sarai, etc., etc. The first question says, how can you tell the difference between debits and credits in this statement? Well, there are two ways. First of all, there are two separate columns. So in the first column, you see she receives a salary of 8,000 Rand. We go down that column, you see that she receives a payment of 500 Rand. So everything in that column is a credit. It's money that is paid to her. The column next to that, you can see there's 100 Rand, 3,000 Rand, 5,000 Rand, blah, blah, blah. In that column are all the debits, all the money that she is paying. So first of all, we have two separate columns, and then we can also tell the difference because the debits are preceded by a minus, a negative. So your credits do not have the negative in front to show that they are you're gaining money into your account. And so the credits, you are gaining money, there's no negative sign. And the debits, you are losing money, so they put a negative symbol in front. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay, the next question says, list her credits and debits for the month. Okay, so if we go on to the next slide, we can see her credits. The money that she got into her accounts are the salary and deposit from Mrs. S. Khumalo. Her debits then are the car insurance, rent, medical aid, cell phone contract, clothing store account, groceries, and car repairs. Okay, next question. Okay, next it says, in the first line of the statement, Ngola receives a salary of 8,000 Rand. Look at the balance and work out what she had in the account before the payment was made. Well, if we have a look, we find out that after she receives a salary, she has an amount of 8,050 Rand and 50 cents. So, to work out how much she had in an account before being paid, we just go that 8,050 Rand 50 cents minus the 8,000 Rand salary. So, before she got paid, she had 50 Rand and 50 cents in her account. Okay, next question. She received some birthday money as well as her salary this month. Identify and write down the birthday transaction. So guys, she's receiving money, so we look in the first column and we see she receives 500 Rand from Mrs. S. Khumalo. Since that's the only other money she receives other than her salary, that must be the birthday money that she was given. So you would just write down there payment, the date, the 14th of the 2nd, 2013, then payment, Mrs. S. Khumalo. And you can even put the amount there, 500 Rand. Okay, moving on. Okay, next question says, how much money would she have been left with on the 20th of the 3rd if she had not received this birthday money? So we have a look at the transaction that happened on the 20th of the 3rd, and we see after that transaction she is left with 1,450 Rand in her account. That's after she has received the birthday money. So let's pretend that she didn't receive that birthday money. How much money would she have in her account then? Well, it's easy to work out. We just go 1,450, well, 1,450 Rand and 50 cents minus 500 Rand, and that leaves me with 900 Rand and 50 cents. Let's look at the last question for this problem. Okay, so she wants to save 15% of her remaining money this month. How much can she save? Well guys, that's quite easy. We just have to work out what is 15% of 1,400 Rand and 50 cents. Now, I'm sure you know how to do this. You could go like I've done here, 1,400 Rand and 50 cents times 0,15, and that would give me an answer of 210 Rand and 8 cents. There are other ways of working out percentages. For example, you could have gone 1,400 Rand and 50 cents divided by 100 times 15 and gotten the same answer. Okay, now that we've done with that example, let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's move on to our next question. In this question, we're dealing with bank charges. So next to me, you can see we have a list of all the different bank charges that Arthur has for the month. Let's have a quick read through the information that's given. So Arthur's bank, Egoli Bank, lists the following banking fees. Arthur subscribes to self-service banking and pays a monthly maintenance fee. In the space of a month, Arthur performs the following transactions. He deposits 335 Rand in cash at an Egoli Bank ATM. He withdraws 500 Rand cash at another bank's ATM. He withdraws 100 Rand cash over the counter at an Egoli Bank branch. He inquires twice about his bank balance over the counter at Egoli Bank. He draws cash whilst buying groceries at a till point at his local supermarket. And then he makes 3 electronic account payments to pay his rent, electricity, and phone bill. So those are all the transactions that happened this month. Okay, just so we know, guys, a few things you might need to know. Deposit means when we put money into an account. Withdraw means when we take money out of an account. Okay, when you inquire about your balance, it means you're going to the bank or through an ATM, you're asking how much money is still in your account. Okay, so if that's the written information we have. Now let's have a look at his transaction list there. First of all, we have our monthly fees. You can see he pays a monthly maintenance fee of 5 Rand. And then the self-service banking subscription fee is 15 Rand every month. Deposits, so he made 2 deposits. One was a cash over the counter at the Egoli Bank ATM. That was a 5 Rand charge. And then a check, which was free. We've got all the different cash withdrawals then. We've got account payments and purchases, and information about balance inquiries and so forth. Okay, so we're going to use all of that information now to answer the questions that follow. Let's have a look at the first question. Okay, so we've gone through all of his charges there, and we've read that information. Now let's look at the first question. The first question says, calculate the total bank charges for these transactions. So all of the transactions we read about, let's calculate what they come to all together. So we go through the list. The first charge was his monthly maintenance fee, which was 5 Rand. So we put that in our list. So it's 5 Rand for the monthly maintenance fee. He then also gets charged 15 Rand for the self-service banking. So we add that onto our list. He then is charged 5 Rand for a cash deposit at Egoli Bank. So we put that in there. And 7 Rand for the cash withdrawal at another bank. So you see what we're doing is we're taking the information given to us in the writing and we're getting the amounts from the list of transaction fees. Okay, a cash withdrawal over the counter cost him 10 Rand. And then he made 2 balance inquiries. The first balance inquiry we can see is free. He was not charged for that. So we can say there's first balance inquiry plus 0 Rand. However, his second balance inquiry he was charged 10 Rand for. Okay, he was then charged R2 for a till point cash withdrawal, so when he drew cash from the till point when he was shopping. And all of his electronic account payments, you can see as lists there, are for free. So even though he made 3 electronic account payments, he wasn't charged for that. So to work out the total bank charges, we are going to go R5 plus R15 plus R5 plus R7 plus R10 plus R0 plus R10 plus R2 plus 3 times R0, which is 0, and we get a total of R54. So his total bank charges for all of these listed transactions and for the month was R54. Let's go on and have a look at our next question. Okay, the next question says Arthur has a balance of R650 in his bank account at the end of the month. Okay, so the balance in his account, his closing balance, is R650. Question number 1 says calculate the ratio of the total bank fees to the month end balance. Okay, so guys, in our last lesson we worked out that his total bank fees were R54. And he now has R650 left in his account. So, guys, I hope you remember back to what a ratio is. It's when we are comparing two numbers, very similar to a fraction. So we know that he's got R54 of banking fees. He's got R650 in his account left. So the ratio will be banking fees to the closing balance, so 54 to 650. Now remember, with ratios like fractions, we want to try and simplify that. So we have a look at 54 and 650 and we say, is there anything that fits into 54 that also fits into 650? And we say, okay, well, 2 will go into 54 and 2 will also go into 650. So let's divide both of those by 2. So our final answer should be 27 to 325. If you want to show how clever you are, that's the way to do it. Otherwise, you should still get full marks for leaving it at 54 to 650.